Just drink all night long. Oh my goodness. Welcome back, everyone. JBone here for Smash This Podcast, doing a spur of the moment because I felt like crap all day. Year-end show, as it were, because it's the year end, and in some places it's already the new year, and in where it is the new year already, besides places like I think Australia, not sure. I'm horrible at geometry. I mean geography.
2018.
What's that?
It's already 2018 there.
It is. It is. So, to all the Aussie fans that I have, like all three, I think. One. Anyways, welcome to the show, Mr. Sam Stiles, brother. How you doing?
Doing fantastic. Like you said, it's not 2018 in certain areas yet. It just hit 2018 here in Pennsylvania 28 minutes ago. So you still got 32 minutes to do your year in review and whatever you got to get going. So
for you, dude, we will crack one. I will say Happy New Year to you, dude, because it is 2018 by you already. I will raise a years. And we'll do it again in about a half an hour, or give or take a little. So, and I'm apologizing in advance. I was like sick as a dog the last 2 months. Took several weeks off of doing this, and I was great. 3 weeks of antibiotics, and an insane amount of prednisone. Gained all my 20 pounds back. Was healthy and a little bit more chubby, because that's what prednisone does to you, because you just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. Was driving my wife absolutely insane. Honey, go get me a pizza. My Jack's Mexican pizza, snack of choice, dude. I'm horrible with that shit. So bad. What's your snack of choice, dude?
My snack of choice, anything now, go in my stomach and not come back out.
Woo! Amen to that, dude.
Well, we're not talking about the number 2. We're talking about number whatever comes up and out. Because for those who don't know me, I am Sam Stiles, like he said. I suffer from a lot of things in life. One of those is a bad digestion issue now. Every time I eat, I actually get sick now. So it's kind of insane. So I really have to watch what I eat. Although I like watching it go down my stomach and try to stay there. So
no shit, dude. You gotta talk to the doc about that. I hope you get that all.
Well, they've been
all fixed up.
Figure out what's going on. I mean, it all started in 2013 when I caught a really bad virus, and after that, the bug never left. And over the times, I developed a nasty hernia, which might be causing this little stomach issue. But it's a part of life. It's the cycle of life. I got to deal with it. I got to move on. And but pizza.
To sum it up, pizza. Yeah, I mean, like my wife a few years ago was taking just a ridiculous amount of medication that she got from her doc. It was like 20-some pills. It was just retarded ridiculous. And I don't like using that word, but in this case, I'll make an exception. What the
heck? It works.
Wife's hair doing on my desk. I don't even want to know. Anyways,
working at territory.
She's invading. She was taking so much stuff, and she started getting like nauseous, and she was in the hospital like once every I don't know, like once every few weeks. Her blood pressure would drop out, and finally it got to the point she just stopped taking all her shit. And I don't recommend that. I mean, there is some stuff she does have to be on for diabetes and all this stuff, but she stopped taking everything for a couple of years. What do you know? No hospital visits. It was amazing. So, and she is back on some stuff now, her diabetes medicine and some antidepressant stuff, but she's not taking 100 pills a day like she was before. Yes, and that is an exaggeration, but you know what I mean? She was taking just stupid amounts of medicine.
I got a big old bag of medication sitting right next to me that I hate taking, so I know what it's like to wanting to stop, but
Yeah.
like, you know what goes on in my life on a daily basis, so I got to take half of this stuff to maintain my stability and you know the world of mental profession. So
Right.
it's
And
kind of
just dealing. Just yeah. I hear
yeah
you, man.
coping process, and but hey, it's not about me, it's far from being about me, but it's also good knowing that your old lady's getting better without half of the shit that she was taking and this and
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah, well what they've gotten better at over the years as well is making sure that if you're taking said drug for said issue or health issue,
Yeah.
that this and this and this don't counteract with this.
Yep.
Because putting those together can be really unhealthy, and they're doing good. Because I mean, she went to her doc and she's like, "Well, could it be from all the medication I'm taking?" And her doc's like, "No."
Yeah.
So I will, and pharmacies are getting good at that too. Like I go to Meyer Pharmacy, and they've got like a checklist. I don't know if everyone has this, but they should. If they don't, they've got a checklist of, it's like, okay, you got prescribed this, and then, oh well, X amount of other things pop up that'll counteract or not agree with this, and then the pharmacy's like, oh well, call your doc, you shouldn't take this, they missed this, this, and this, or whatever. So they are getting better at that.
Exactly.
So dude, yeah, we talked the other day, we did a little live show.
Yes, we did.
So why don't you tell the folks out there, because I wanted to, before we get stupid and talk about wrestling or whatever, I wanted to give you a chance before my senility kicks in and before you choke, and talk about what you got coming up for the new year, what we're doing, whatever you want to plug, dude.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and plug Destroying Kayfabe for starters. I really didn't do much DK this year. I didn't have much interest in wrestling, and that comes with, two things: personal reasons, and every time I tried to watch Raw and SmackDown, it has really been very downpour. It's a downer. A lot of top tier superstars, and they're watered down into this PG era level, and watching it was like watching a bad 80s sitcom, except back in the 80s things were funnier. So I took a step back from the professional world of wrestling, or the world of professional wrestling. I'm sorry. Don't want to offend the IWC out there. But to them, it's whatever. But yeah, I took a step back. I'm going to give us, another chance. Can't tell you how many times I've given Vince and Triple H and whoever else is running the show multiple chances. But this is going to be the chance of all chances to redeem himself. This is the road to WrestleMania coming up here in quite a few weeks. We're going into Royal Rumble here in about 4 or 5 weeks. So it's going to be interesting.
It's just less than a month away.
So yeah, we're going to be talking a lot of Raw and SmackDown. I'm trying to aim it for after my kids are in school. So I'm going to try to do it between the hours of 10 o'clock a.m. till 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because at least for Tuesdays, it's not going to be from 10 a.m. till that time. No, it's going to fluctuate in between. There's got to be, a happy medium time that me, and our good old boy C Double. I can't wait to have him back on the show as well. You're going to love his personality.
Yeah, that's someone I'm always excited about working with new people. That's someone that I'm not familiar with, but like I said, hey, I'm excited about it. So yeah,
I've mentored C Double to being the guy that he is. The guy is lean, mean, definitely a fighting machine. He's based out of outside of Georgia. He helps run a promotion down there called Southern Violence and Wrestling. They're in this bar, tarped off in a certain area, and they pretty much run the show. They got a lot of good talent in there. I'm going to send you some links after the show is done so that we can see what. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'll add you into his Facebook group so that way you can see their world. You know, they try to live it like it's ECW or CZW. They really try to go to that extent.
Oh,
And
really?
they do a pretty decent job at it. You know, back
That's
in my
crazy.
back in my teens and mid 20s, I was always like, always would love to be one of those guys to go into an ECW type world. And here I am in my mid 30s, late 30s, and I'm like, I would love to live that era, but that time has already flown by for me. But that does not mean I'm going to stop and support it or stop and not support it. But I am going to 100%. This is my boy's company. If it's not his, it's somebody else's, and they're just like any other company out there. They deserve a chance, and they're getting a chance from me. We're going to do a lot of let's see, we're going to do a lot of Raw SmackDown talk, a lot of predictions, hopefully. On your side, I know you're big into New Japan. I know you're big into ROE.
Well, not so much. I want to get into New Japan. I'm going to be watching. In fact, one of the first things in the new year I'm going to be talking about is
Wrestle Kingdom 12.
Wrestle Kingdom 12. Yeah, that's going to be a crazy show. Absolutely crazy. Ain't going to be no, hey, we got WrestleMania and our entrance was longer than our match. Ain't going to be no shit like that, folks.
No.
I can tell you that right now. I mean, you want to, if you're into some hardcore, die-hard wrestling, real wrestling, where these guys just destroy each other, go check out New Japan. Go subscribe to. I'll plug New Japan World. It's not in my budget right now, but
it's not
watching. But that's a goal of mine this year, is to subscribe this year, because folks, 2018 is going to be so full of good stuff and new things going on in the world of professional wrestling. If you're tired of WWE, if Impact is not your cup of tea, I mean, it is mine, but if Impact is not your cup of tea, there is the NWA. It's getting fired up again, going everywhere. Billy Corgan's taking it everywhere, folks.
He's stepping it up.
Nick Aldis is the new champ. Beat Tim Storm. Recently had a CZW show. And Lucha Underground coming out soon. This spring, shooting again.
Season 4, right?
Yes, season 4, shooting in February. And should be back on TV a few months after that. I mean, they're really going to be going with this. 20 plus episodes. So not as much as last year, but still good quality stuff. What else? Oh, here's something I'm really fired up about. Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore.
Yes, which you can actually see on Twitch TV.
You can, I mean, if you're an Amazon Prime, you get it for free. And even if you're not, you still get it for free. You get a couple commercials thrown in during the show. Not bad, folks. I mean, seriously, that's no worse than watching a pre-show on any WWE pay-per-view, honestly. The stupid self-promotion commercials. There's just so much out there. The indies are getting more and more visible. Like, oh, I can't see the stuff in California. Well, a lot of them are getting live streams out there. You can go watch. Twitch is blowing up with wrestling. There's so much stuff, dude.
Yeah, and on top of that, don't forget Pro Wrestling Day, where they stream for 24 hours on YouTube. Like, all these promotions, like, stream live. Like, as soon as Pro Wrestling, I forget exactly what day it is, but I'll look it up here in a minute. But once I get all the links, because there's channels I hang out in, there's a little application. Some of these people might know, known as MIRC, Internet Relay Chat, we have a couple wrestling integrated channels, and we talk about this stuff usually on a daily basis. I've been kind of invisible to these guys because I've been off doing my own thing. But I pay attention to the channel still. I click on the links, I see what they got to say, and the biggest thing that they like talking about is Pro Wrestling Day. I think that's in like February, March, maybe April, somewhere around there.
Wow. Like international or national?
Let me take a look real quick. Pro Wrestling Day.
While he's looking that up, folks, I just want to let you know, if you're catching this live for the first time, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and follow my buddy Sam Stiles. That's at Heel Styles on Twitter. I'm on Twitter too, on Facebook as well. Become a fan of the page. For 2018, we're growing. We hit over 400 subs. We're going to be talking all sorts of stuff this coming year. Given my voice stays with me.
Here we go. February 4th. Every February 4th, according to prowrestling.wikia.com, is National Pro Wrestling Day. And usually, if you pay attention to YouTube, you'll see hundreds of live streams, and there's a lot of hit or miss shows. But you know what? These are the guys that are going out there putting their bodies on the line for your entertainment. So for you as a pro wrestling fan, I do urge you to watch some of them, especially the return of Chikara.
Nice. And I'm not usually paying attention to the chat much, but I actually have like a split screen thing going on tonight where I've got the chat going on here and watching my buddy and myself over here live. Andre Corbeil, a longtime subscriber, and I subscribe to him as well and watch his stuff. Happy New Year to you too, friend Andre Corbeil. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the like, because that shares it as well. Much appreciated, much love. Happy New Year to you. So yeah, if you're watching it, interact with us. I am actually following along here. Don't usually, but it's something I'm trying to do better in the new year, is become more interactive with people. I don't have the greatest setup here, but I do what I can. So here's to become a better channel in 2018. So raise your glasses and see, there's DK saying hi. Mr. CM Stiles. Go click on that. Go give it a like. Go give it a sub.
Thumbs down.
He's going to be doing new stuff in 2018. So you said you're going to be doing Raw and SmackDown reviews?
I do Raw and SmackDown reviews. Also, if you remember, what was it, last week when I made that post, my good old buddy Cassidy kept in touch with me. Once we get everything up and going, where it needs to be, we're definitely going to try working towards interviews. And we're not just talking, indie darlings. We're talking about actual, former stars of the major leagues. We're going to try to get our name out there and be even bigger than we already should be. But
there you go. Good goal to have.
Yeah. And, I'm going to be a part of it. You're going to be a part of it. C-Dub's going to be a part of it. Bodyslam.net, Smash This Podcast, All Wrestling Talk Nation. We're all going hard this year, and there's no stopping the train.
Oh, yeah.
It's already left. It's already departed the station.
Now, what is that? No, I'm new to that site as well, because Cassidy shared that with you. Bodyslam.net.
Bodyslam.net.
Okay.
It's nothing more than another dirt sheet. They got the reviews, they got the results,
they got news, yeah,
all the dirt that you need to know in the independent world and in all the major promotions. This guy keeps on top of everything, and just me opening my big old mouth the other day just put our foot in that door even more. And
And I'll be talking to him soon. I friend requested him, and I'll, I want to kind of do what we did with Mind of Carnage, over the last few years. Now, Cade Carnage put Mind of Carnage, the website, to bed at the end of this year, as of, well, I guess tonight, as far as I know, at the end of 2017. So, and that's a bummer, because he shared all our podcasts. He shared mine. He shared the Ramblers. When the Wrestle Addict was around, he shared their stuff. He wrestled wrestling. I didn't watch it. It was Wrestling With was on there, and a couple others, I think. What I mentioned, Andre Corbeil in the chat says, I'm interviewing Jake the Snake Roberts in 3 days. Brother, that is so awesome. Such an incredible legend. I'm proud of you, man. That's great. I can't wait to watch that. Excuse me. You interviewed Jazzy. I'm going to screw up her last name, so I apologize. Gabbert. She was in the Women Mae Young Classic. A lot of her stuff about her in the news lately. Andre Corbeil also interviewed her. Go check that out. That is still on my to-do list. Have not forgotten Andre. Still on my to-do list. But yeah, Andre's got great interviews on his channel. Go check him out. Good stuff coming down the road for everyone. And that's one thing that I never well, I tried to. And trust me, this is not dissing anyone. Okay. Yeah, some people are up for being on podcasts, some are not, and I'm fine. I'm good with that. I tried really hard, 2 years ago, to try to get like a handful of the folks from Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
Last summer, tried to.
Yeah, and it came up with It just didn't happen. But one thing I was very proud of, and we talked about this on the Rambling About Wrestling final show tonight. Rest in peace. Rambling About Wrestling tonight. Did the last one tonight. We had, Jesus, what's his name? Big sexy boy. What the hell's his name? Krista Joseph.
Oh, God.
Everyone remembers him from the old, days of him dancing in a diaper on New Year's or Christmas or whatever it was on Raw. He was one of the good writers back in the day in the WWF.
Big Dick Johnson.
Yes. Same. Yes.
Okay.
He's one of the head executive producers of Lucha Underground, and that was one of my crowning achievements for Rambling About Wrestling, was bringing him in for an interview, and we had him on, and oh man, I was brought him into the call, and I was like, I froze up for like 5 minutes. Freaking Diz messages me. He's like, "Yo, came in." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. It's like, I was just so excited to have him on. I was like,
yeah, don't feel bad, man. I remember
I got stage fright,
My first interview was in 2013. Trying to remember what date. This is like right before winter, so I think it was like September, October of 2013. You can find me on my show, and I interviewed the former owner of Extreme Rising, our Extreme Reunion, Steve ONeill. I didn't know it. I knew nothing about the guy. So I Googled him, and apparently Google knew nothing about him either. So,
oh boy.
So I was like, I'm in for a rough treat.
What's your favorite color? No, I'm kidding.
So I almost did the whole 21 questions with him, but I kept my composure. It was all about asking him, comparing his company to the ECW brand. Is there going to be any differences? what's going to stand out from what ECW couldn't do? It was, I was slamming him some pretty good questions, and of course the guy took all his money and ran and abandoned the company. And guys like Stevie Richards and Luke Hawks were involved with this, and I reached out to them on Facebook. Google knew who those two were, and they were quite upset about the way that he departed the company. And it was sad, you know, because I enjoyed that call. As a matter of fact, I didn't know much about Rob Feinstein, and I had him on my show. I knew about ROH, but I had no idea he was the man behind the company. You know, you know, he was one of the co-owners of ROH.
He's not anymore, is he?
No. Ever since he got busted during that operations thing, which we'll talk about later. Yeah, he was busted, and he had to pass down the company, and I believe it was going to Gabe Sapolsky.
Gabe, yeah.
Gabe were running ROH. And
now it's someone else, isn't it?
Yeah, someone else is running. Sinclair Network is, I think, Sinclair's.
It's Koff, isn't it?
I don't remember. I haven't watched ROH since Final Battle, and all I really do is keep up with pay-per-views. I don't get to watch their weekly shows anymore.
Yeah, I watch. I'm guilty. I watch Being the Elite more than I watch Ring of Honor, but I'm trying to, you know, because Final Battle was so good. I'd almost call that one of the best shows of the year. That
was their WrestleMania, honestly.
In my opinion. I mean, that had a little bit of everything. That had really good, like, just, you know, if you're straight up wrestling fan, you know, that had the flippy stuff, you know, the Young Bucks tag match, everybody flipping all over the place, the high spots. And then that also had, you know, some, I believe it has some hardcore stuff. Oh, yeah. Bubba's last match.
Yeah, Dreamer and Bubba's match. Bubba pretty much said if he loses that match, he'll retire. And we all knew that was coming.
It was his great. It was his grand exit. Excuse me, I almost said entrance.
Yeah. We thought his career was over after that bump with him and Briscoe back. What was it? What was the last show they did? Like a couple months ago, or a month and a half ago.
I saw the footage. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm rusty on Ring of Honor, but it's such a good show. You know, every time I watch it, I kick myself for not watching it more. So that's another goal of mine for 2018. Not necessarily review it all, but at least watch it more so I can keep up with it.
Yeah, and ROH, you know, it's no longer an indie show anymore. It's its own product, which is what makes that even sweeter. You know, it's finally between minor leagues and major leagues. It's a league of its own.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. You got it, guys. You heard it right here. You got 5 minutes to get your cup of milk and some cookies. And
I looked at the clock and I was like, holy crap, I almost missed it.
It's almost Christmas. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It's almost 2018 for the rest of the world.
Only 360
more years.
Something, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, we still got a year to go before 2019 kicks in, so y'all better get ready for that one. Because I know I'm ready. I'm ready for this year. You know, everyone talks about their New Year's resolution, New Year, new me. Nah, I ain't even worried about New Year, new me. New Year, better me. That's going to come in. And I'm going to start that off by saying I can't wait to do our podcast. That's going to better me. It's going to bring me back to where I originated from. You know, everyone wants to know about who CM Styles is. Although CM Styles goes all the way back to 2005 when he was doing flips around Fort Gordon, Georgia. So yeah, I come a long way with this name, but yeah, 4 minutes. According to my watch, 3 minutes.
So before apparently the My wife showed me that the cheese is going to drop somewhere downtown around here somewhere. I don't know if that's Green Bay, Madison, or Milwaukee or wherever, which I found really funny. So, yeah, Wisconsin doesn't have an apple. Wisconsin apparently is dropping cheese. So before the cheese drops, why don't you tell me what was your, for wrestling, doesn't matter who or what it was, what was one of your favorite things from
2017?
Yeah, 2017.
Ooh, one of my things from 2017, wrestling related, I had to say, ooh, since I missed a lot of wrestling, I didn't miss WrestleMania. I can say I'm not going to miss that 1.5 mile long entrance. Then again, I will, because that was the craziest thing in the world. Yeah, New Japan, you got beat on that. Shane McMahon's 35,000 foot drop from a cell.
That missed.
That was Hell in a Cell. That was my moment this year. On top of AJ Styles winning the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE title 2 times. That's right. Back to back.
Second time.
Yeah, but if anything, he's the reason why I continue to watch wrestling as well. So he is my 2017 breakout star of the year.
Yeah, you know, he's really done some good stuff in the WWE. They've I don't think they've, you know, because, well, everyone and anyone complains about, oh, they didn't do this with this guy and they didn't push that guy. And yeah, that is, you know, sort of like you probably put Finn Balor at the top of that list. I know there's a lot of people pissed off about what they've been doing with Finn Balor, which doesn't seem like much lately, but you know, it's like not everybody can get pushed to the moon all the time. It's like, you know, it's, as wrestling fans, it's hard, but we got to stay patient because you never know what's coming down the road for who and what. You just got to pray that they stay healthy. And we're getting close, folks.
And close, you got like 30 seconds.
Is it? I got a clock, but I don't have a countdown clock. So we're just watching the watch and we're watching the computer here, you know. So.
I got my drink in hand, folks.
Here we go. I'll even crack a new one. What the
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, Happy New Year Central Time.
Happy New Year Central Time. United States of America. Cheers, folks. Much love.
Cheers.
You take it away for a little bit. I'm going to go give the missus some kisses, and I'll be back in a second.
All right. So, yeah, I'll try to drag this out as long as possible. Like I said, 2018, big year for both JBone and I, as well as our boy C-Double. We'd love to have him in on this call as well, but he had other obligations going on tonight. But you guys can look forward to finding us on Destroying Kayfabe's YouTube channel. All you got to go into the YouTube search engine, type in Destroying Kayfabe. Try to do youtube.com/Destroying Kayfabe. You're not going to find it because I'm using an old YouTube page, so you can't track us whatsoever. But you can find us there somehow. And when you do, just be sure to subscribe.
Awesome. Yep, the missus is still up. She says she's crashing soon. So, Mrs. JBone says Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So yeah, for me personally, man, what was some of the most exciting things for me personally?
Yeah, let's hear it, JBone.
I'd say some of the wrestling and it's so hard for me because I'm so ADD when it comes to this stuff. I'd say it's hard to pick like this moment or that moment, and that's something else I'm going to try to get a little better with. Maybe make a list of, hey, this happened in January, this happened in February, because
the JBone.
Yeah, the list of JBone. Yes.
Why am I first on the list? Why is my name on it?
We'll talk about that later, you son of a bitch. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I love you, man.
Just kidding, man. Just kidding. No, because I really pushed myself to watch all sorts of stuff this year.
Yeah, there's a lot of TV shows out there. And what my favorite TV show is when wrestling's not on.
Oh, Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good this year. And it's coming back. When is it coming back?
February 24th, I think.
That was Valentine's Day. Is it?
Or hold on. February 25th. It's a Sunday.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, we'll be talking about that on here too. I'm going to try to get back into that. And I didn't this season 8 was so weird. It was good, but it was so different.
Yeah, it was all out war. It was a watered down version of it, but it was still entertaining. It was all about Rick getting his, talking about how he can't wait to kill Negan, and 8 episodes in, and he still hasn't killed Negan. And
yeah, you never know. Because my wife wants him to die too, and I'm like, if they stick to the comic books, you're going to be sadly disappointed. Because I kind of know what happens generally, and I'm not giving away any spoilers on there. But yeah, he's sticking around for a while, I think.
Yeah, grab a few 6-packs.
Yeah. So, that's one other thing I wanted to bring up on here. And this is not some big earth-shattering thing, because I know I'm still small potatoes in a big pond. Oh, quick shout-out to Agent 0012 in the chat. Happy New Year, dude. Followed over from the now, unfortunately, defunct Ramblin'. So, much love, dude. Happy New Year. Thank you for coming over and becoming a subscriber and supporter of the JBone channel. Excuse me. Damn. Wanted to say that in the past, I've done a few different things. The channel just started out me, Jason Hafer, and I talked about whatever. And then, I had the opportunity to take over. This was what, a year and a half ago, I think, to take over Destroying Kayfabe from Sam Stiles when he was going through some stuff. And so I was like, oh, I have a chance to like just completely like revamp something and do something completely new and fresh, even though it's, I'm whatever, I can only do so much. But I had an old channel that I wasn't using for whatever reason. I think I was like drunk and accidentally made one or something one time. This one time at band camp.
We won't ask what you did with that flute, JBone.
Shut up, man. You got that. You got that right now.
Guys.
So I was like, it just hit me. I was like, well, I got this other channel over here that's like just blank. It's completely, a clean, what do they say, like a clean canvas. I'm like, I'll take Destroying Kayfabe off of the one channel and put it over here and create a whole new thing. And it was hard, and some of it was like, just throwing stuff at a wall, praying to God it sticks, because when I started this channel, at least I had a handful of people already on the channel from putting up WWE vids that got taken down, or random independent wrestling vids that got taken down eventually. So then I just started to be on here myself and use original product. So I did that for a while. Then Stylez came back and said, "Hey, I'm ready to do this again." And I was like, "All right, I'll give it back to you." And then I did Just Wrestling. I created Smash This Podcast. And just, something completely new. So I took all the wrestling off of this channel, stuck it over there. But then after a while, I was like, God, this isn't, it just wasn't as successful. It didn't go as quickly as I wanted it to. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this channel to bed for now. Doesn't mean I'm never going to do anything with it ever again. Just for now, I'm just going to, it's not active. So if you look for the old Smash This Podcast, it's not active. Stay over here, okay? So I brought Smash This Podcast back over here, did everything here, whether it be music related, wrestling. And that's the thing. My point to all of this was all my wrestling stuff was Smash This Podcast, and everything else was just, I didn't give it a title or anything. So one announcement. What's your point, damn it? Everything on this channel from now on, I'm not changing the name of the channel again. It's still going to be JBone because it's me, and whatever else I bring on here. Whatever. Like a lamp. We love lamp. I
like that.
Everything. Stylez loves lamp. Yay! Everything. See, the beer's kicking in, folks. Shut up. Everything on here down the road is going to be Smash This Podcast, whether it be wrestling, whether it be talking about Walking Dead, whether talking about music. And that's another thing that I'm going to do my best to talk more about in the future is music, because just for shits and giggles, I looked at the analytics. Excuse me. Sorry. I looked at the analytics, and that's like the numbers that your channel does. So I looked like, okay, so what was my top 10 of the year as far as like most viewed or whatever? 9 out of the 10, no lies, was music. And then the music thing was the video I did a couple months ago about Stone Temple Pilots, which went over 2,000 views, which is still small potatoes, but that's big for this channel. And I was like, well, holy crap. And please, folks, don't take that as in I'm not doing any more wrestling. I'm going to be doing more different kinds of wrestling, talking about Tommy Dreamer, Impact, some WWE, predictions, reviews, whatnot. Whatever comes down the road, maybe a little New Japan, we'll see. But I'm going to try to do more music news related things, stuff off the top of my head, CD reviews, I did a thing earlier this year on talking about LA Guns, good old Tracy Guns, and the lead singer getting back together, creating some music for Frontier Records. Incredible CD, folks. If you're a fan of hair metal, hate using that term, but glam rock from that era back in the 80s, 90s, go check out the new LA Guns. I implore you. It's so good and so well produced. I talked about how it was like May, I was like, hey, I heard some snippets of the new stuff that Tracy Guns put out there, and it's really good. And so I did a video and I talked about it. And that video, the guitarist Tracy Guns, who follows me, I might add, Happy
Sweet.
about that. Um, he shared this video a couple times within the last year, you know, getting ready for this new CD to come out. I'll be damned if that video didn't hit like a few thousand views already by the end of this year, like 2, 3 plus, whatever it's been. It's like, holy crap. There are some LA Guns fans out there, folks. So cheers to LA Guns. Happy New Year. So yeah, I'm going to be talking more music related stuff, you know, and some of the stuff I talk about music related gets a couple views. I never know what this channel is going to do. You know, I throw stuff at the wall and see if it sticks, see if, you know, see if people, you know, run the flag up, see if people salute it. Who knows? You never know what people are going to do on this channel. I've had some stuff just blow stuff out of the water for numbers for this channel. You know, there's no millions or nothing like that. It's still small potatoes, but it's it's exciting for me, you know.
My mom always said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. It's kind
That's
of
right.
like with our podcast, you know, every time we get a view, that's a surprise for us. You know,
That's every like, every
it's a blessing.
view is a thank you. It's a humble thank you because we're just people talking about stuff and things, you know, as Rick would say. You know?
Yeah, and every thumbs up we get, that's even more appreciation towards our show. And
Yeah,
every
if
down, that just means more haters that are going to continue to watch us. So
oh,
thank
let me tell you, I had the hate, and I don't get a ton of trolls on here, but I do get a few. When I did that STP vid, oh my goodness. I should, you know, and there's, you know, there's some people that, you know, do videos about, you know, reading troll comments on vids because it's just
yeah.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I had, this is just going to be off the top of my head. I can't remember exactly what they said, but this dude put 2 comments on there. I erased them and deleted them because I don't have time for hate or, you know, whatever. I just don't. I'm not going to leave hate on this channel because it's a negative thing. I'm positive. I'm all about love, and you know, I'm like a big old hippie. You know, this dude was like, "Fuck the JBone and fuck all your figures in the background," and it was like 2 different comments, and I was like, "Damn, really?"
Man, talking about some hate.
Yeah, I was like, and I welcome constructive criticism. And Andre, if you're still watching, I'm sending a shout out to you in a positive way because when I was going through some changes in the channel and life changes as well, trying to get stuff set up a couple years ago, I went from having my stuff set up out there to in here, and I had a different computer. And he would leave me little comments like, "Dude, you're your fan is way loud, adjust the volume," you know. And it's not, I don't take that as hate. It's not like, "No, fuck you, man." No, that's constructive criticism. You know, if there's something wrong with my vid, please talk to me, you know. But if you're just going to be like, "Oh, you got boogers," you know, fuck you, get out of here, you know. It's like
Yeah, take that shit somewhere else. I can't tell you how many comments I used to delete on a daily basis when I did my podcast. You know, from 2013 and now, I probably deleted over a couple hundred just because the trolls. You know, the trolling is strong in this one, and some people just refuse to grow up. Yeah, we act like a bunch of big old kids, but we're good, jolly old kids that actually enjoy something in life. Guys are trying to like come in and take it down, but I bet you they sit there watching horse porn and playing with their Star Wars and Barbie action figures and all that crazy shit. So,
no
so
shit,
yeah,
man.
that's my salute to them.
Right there, dude. Um, Agent 12 in Agent 0012 in the chat says breaks my heart about Stone Temple Pilots and Soundgarden and Linkin Park. Yeah, you know, it looks like there's no more Soundgarden and Linkin Park, but dude, seriously, I implore you, even with
there's songs that I heard just recently. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's all right, man. The new lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots, you know, and hey, I get it. You know, I love music. Okay, so I get the passion that people have for this band, this singer. Oh, this dude left the band or he passed away, so I'm not listening to the band anymore. It's not the same. I get that. But I'm telling you folks, if you love Stone Temple Pilots, please give the band a chance. They got the new guy, Jeff Goot, and he's out of Detroit. He was a finalist a few years ago on one of those singing competitions. I apologize. I don't watch them. But he's got a great voice. And he's also, it's not like some dude that just came out of a garage. This dude is seasoned. He's like my age. He's like 40 something. So, and he took care of his voice all these years. He started a lot of years ago. And he's an incredible singer. So I implore you guys, give it a chance. You know, and if it ain't your cup of tea, it ain't your cup of tea. I'm just for the band's sake and the singer's sake that I love, that I have recently, very recently, grown to love this band all over again and listen to the classics, because they put a life. If you're if you're hunting for it, go find it on YouTube. The songs are out there. Go check it out. Stylez, have you heard the new stuff?
The only song I've heard so far was Meadows, and there was something else I heard as well. It was on YouTube, and it sounds very West Coast like, something that you hear like over in California on the beach, on the pier, that kind of tune. It's got a very West Coasty type feel to it, and I actually enjoy that.
Yeah, it's the stuff they came out with does not sound like the old Slam and STP stuff. No, it's more on the lighter edge, but it still has a good groove to it. And I can't off the top of my head give you a song to like compare it to. Probably like three
to Meadow.
Yeah, 3 CDs in. They got a little poppy with a couple of their like singles and stuff like that, and his voice changed a little bit. And that's kind of what I compare the new stuff to. But yeah, go check it out. It's good stuff. What are you, Stylez? And for anyone who's watching, I want to hear your feedback too. I'm jumping back to wrestling now.
Okay.
We're switching gears, folks. Hang on. grab your beverage, and we're switching gears. What are you? What's that?
And we got 6 more hours to go.
We're going all night long, baby.
Oh, Jesus.
Just being silly. Got no format tonight. We're just hanging loose, talking about stuff and things. Oh, Jesus, I just watched that back. That was terrifying. I apologize for that. I'll blame it on Stylez. Stylez made me do it.
I take full responsibility as always.
He put the alcoholic beverage in my hand. No, but for real, what are you, as far as pro wrestling now?
Okay.
What are you excited for in the new year? And I don't care what brand, an individual, whatever. You know, what are you looking forward to see this coming year?
Omega versus Jericho, which is in a few days.
Hell yeah. And people in the chat, give me some feedback. Let me know what you're excited for in the new year too.
Love to hear their feedback. Jericho versus Omega. We got first time ever who knows how many females it's going to be for the Royal Rumble. Um, you know, it's Road to WrestleMania season, so I got to support the WWE somehow. That I'm always excited for. Every year, it doesn't seem to be a big letdown until WrestleMania comes to play, and then after that, it's a complete letdown. Um, oh, sounds like JBone has some company.
I just heard the missus. What's that, babe?
I'm so excited I'm going to bed.
You're so excited you're going to bed? Good night, Mrs. JBone. Love you. Want to come say hi? She says hi, bye. All right. So no
cameos.
No cameo, but she was here in spirit. I don't know if you guys heard her or not. So.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, and like you said earlier, Lucha Underground season 4, that's about to come into play here very, very soon. I can't wait to see my boy Shane Strickland tear it up on there as well. I'm sure he's already renewed his contract as a kill shot. So
crossing our fingers. There's a few definites. Agent 0012 in the chat says the stage setup for Mania. Dude, that's gonna be crazy. That's always crazy every year. With the ramp gets bigger and bigger. It's in what, New Orleans?
Yeah, which means it's gonna be shorter this year. They're going back to what, the Pontiac Silverdome? Or is it the Superdome?
That's where Daniel Bryan won the championship, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where Hulk Hogan botched that ultimate promo. Got the biggest heel reaction from the crowd.
Oh God,
the wrong arena.
I gotta watch that back again because that's where it's gonna be again. At least I'm assuming if it's New Orleans, it's gonna be there again.
I'm calling it the Superdome. I'm not very big on venues, but I'm pretty sure it's the Silverdome.
No, Agent 12 says it's a Superdome.
Superdome. I thought so. Yeah, my knowledge isn't that very,
brother.
I mean, that was just like tonight, dude. I was playing board games with the wife and kids, and my mind was in a completely different world. So when it comes to memorizing every major venue in the world, you can pretty much forget it.
Right. So, and he said, and the Rumble, and also Alpha versus Omega. Yeah. The Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega match is going to be the highlight for me. I mean, I know Okada and Naito and all the rest of the tag teams and Intercontinental stuff are going to knock it out of the park. Are going to be absolutely insane. You can't go wrong watching New Japan. If you're a fan of 3-minute matches like in the WWE, I advise you to get extra popcorn because I think the last New Japan show went over 5 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's without the pre-show.
So aside from me being excited for, things wrestling, what are you excited for this year in 2018?
Me personally, I am excited for New Japan. That show is going to be ridiculous. I've watched the last. I became a fan of New Japan back when Global Force Wrestling was a part of it. And that was when AJ Styles was part of the Bullet Club. And they brought in Jeff Jarrett, and they had that whole
tie-in. I remember that.
That was back before Global Force Wrestling started doing like independent shows like I saw like a couple summers ago. By the way, much love to Jeff Jarrett. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but the man just got a rehab. So I'm praying hard that he stays on the skinny but positive track of life and that he stays clean because I am still, even though a lot of negative things, excuse me, a lot of negative things happened over in TNA, and some of them were because of him, and I get that. But I still believe there is room for Jeff Jarrett in this business, and I'm praying he comes back. Maybe not necessarily to Impact, but to wrestling in general, and has a successful and sober comeback to the world of professional wrestling somehow, some way. But back to New Japan. I am excited for New Japan. I think Jericho and Omega are going to kill it. I don't know what's going to headline it, but they're calling this a double headliner, which is interesting. A lot of fans rooting for Naito to take the top strap off of Okada. Okada's been champ for a long time, over a year now, almost 2 years. Long time. And Okada's one of the greats, but here's, hoping that some different chairs get filled on that show, and the Young Bucks are going to be on there. They're challenging oh god, what the hell is that? It's a new tag team promoted from Romero, Yo and Show, or Faux Show, or Yo Faux Yo. I'm sorry.
I'd have to take a look at the super card.
It's one of those. It's two up and comers. They were the Tempura Boys, okay, and Rocky Romero got a hold of them and flashed them up a little bit and gave them a new name, and so I'm really excited for that. Young Bucks always, putting out a good flippy match, high spot, whatever you want to call it. They always put 110% in, and they're not everybody's cup of tea. I get it, but man, they are one of the hardest working teams in the business. You cannot knock them for that. Tag match is going to be good. And I missed the tag tournament. I meant to watch it. The what the hell did they call that, dude? The tag tournament they just had and brought in a bunch of new guys. Jeff Cobb. Callahan was part of it with the Juice.
The name now.
Friggin' Chuck. Chucky Love. What the hell's his name? Chuck Taylor?
Chuck T, yeah, Chucky T.
Chucky T. I don't know what. It's just getting stupid now. He was in with Trent, and that new tag team is blowing up. So much new stuff going on with New Japan and Ring of Honor. Really exciting combo there. Oh, speaking of Ring of Honor, Cody's going to be on there.
Yeah,
with the
I'm
new
sure he's going to get his rematch.
He might.
If he invokes a rematch clause, if they do that in ROH, which I believe they do, he'll invoke his rematch clause and go against Darren Dalton. Yeah, that's his name.
Castle.
Or Darren Castle, yeah. Or
Dalton Castle.
God, now I can't. I'm thinking baseball for some reason. Yeah, Dalton Castle.
Dalton Castle, yeah.
It's a good time to be a wrestling fan. It's just not a good time to be Sam Stiles.
You're fine, dude. It's just like me, just trying to, because there's just so much. There's so much stuff going on.
There is. It's just so unbelievable, dude. Like, if there was any time to be a wrestling fan, that time is absolutely right now. ROH, New Japan, like you said, Impact Wrestling. Now that they're relocated up in Canada, they're rebranded NWA, and of course you got the WWE at the bottom of the barrel. And
for the sports entertainment fans, which I still love the WWE. You know,
don't get me wrong. I mean, I grew into the WWE. I was bred into the WWE thanks to my mother, who was one of the biggest fans of all time. And I went home and I was going through some old photos, and see if I can find it here.
Uh-oh.
You will shit your pants when you see this.
Oh, good thing I got a can here. Hang on a second.
This happened when I was a kid. And I've been meaning to tweet it out to Hogan and be like, what you gonna do, brother, when WWF Hershey runs wild on you? But he's already retweeted me and liked my one comment one time. I doubt I'm gonna get a second response, but it'll be worth it if I can get him to look at that and like it and be like, oh my god, brother.
Well, he is becoming more interactive with his fans. He started up his own YouTube channel within the last couple months. Started doing some like Q&As or whatever. You know, you tweet him a Q&A and he'll respond in video.
Yeah,
which I think is great for someone like him. You know, he's trying to keep his fan base. I know he still does appearances and stuff at his shop and other places. There are a lot of rumors. I'll talk about this for a second because I want to talk about this too long. But I saw this the other day, and I'll throw it at you and see what you think about it. There's rumors about a certain wrestler in the WWE who is a very big star, probably still one of their biggest. And I'm talking about John Cena.
Yes.
People are trying to figure out already before year's end what is going to be the feud going into WrestleMania. Oh my God, what are we going into? 34? 34, thank you. What are we going to see for John Cena at WrestleMania 34? Who is his opponent going to be? And there's rumors flying around that there's a handful of opponents. Obviously, big match John. Which, you know, if they bring back someone, I'm fine with it. I'd almost rather it be someone new, up and coming. But that doesn't always go.
Yeah, we're not going to get an up-and-comer to go against John Cena. This is going to be a dream match.
I mean, look at what happened to Bray, and Bray's still clawing and scraping and, you know. So the names, and I'm not remembering all of them. And if you do, folks, put them in the chat. Throw them at me. I know one is, I think, Batista.
Yeah, that's one.
Actually, I think that was rumored for Triple H. I take that back. I don't think Batista was on that list. I could be wrong. Anyways, Goldberg, I think, was on that list, which I think is funny.
Yeah, that would have like zero logic whatsoever.
Because if I want to see Goldberg come back and fight anyone, and I know Goldberg's not everybody's cup of tea, but I am a fan of Goldberg. So, haters, go away. Go away. Don't want to hear you. Not tonight. Not tonight. If he comes back, I want to see Spear versus Spear. I want to see classic football player. I want to see Goldberg versus Roman Reigns. I think those two could put on an okay match.
Battle of the Spears.
Yeah, why not? Battle of the didn't they both play for Georgia or something, or I don't know. I forget. But yeah, another name besides Goldberg that came up is Taker.
Didn't
lot
he
of
just
people.
get surgery done though?
What's that?
Didn't he have hip surgery done or something just not too long ago?
He just had hip surgery. I think it was double. Don't quote me on this, but I think it was double hip surgery.
Yeah, I don't. I'm going to rule him out.
A lot of people are expecting him for the, what is that? Raw 25, 25th anniversary of Raw coming back.
Yeah.
Or 20. Undertaker, dear God, cut me off. We're just having fun here, folks. Just hang in there. The 25th anniversary of Raw, expecting a Undertaker comeback. That's what I meant to say. And yeah, I would love it if he made an appearance. Do I expect him to start a feud? No, because you left it all in the ring with Roman Reigns, which I felt was a okay match. It was a passing of the torch.
Yep.
As such, to the big dog, as Michael loves to call it. I had a thing earlier this year, changing the subject, switching gears, folks. I had a thing earlier this year where I was tweeting out, all right, we're going to start a drinking contest. For every time Michael Cole, because I hate JBL, so I say that. Every time they say big dog, take a shot. I swear to God, there was one episode, he said it at least a dozen times or more within the first 5 minutes of Raw. And I'm like, if you're playing this game with me, you're already passed out in the first 10, 15 minutes of watching Raw. What the hell, Michael Cole? You're killing us.
Big dog.
And then I changed my mind. I was like, no, don't play the game with me, because that can be dangerous as much as he's saying big dog. If he kicks off the show and he says big dog, you're done. You are not going to make it through 3 hours of freaking Raw. What the hell were we talking about? Oh, yeah, John Cena. No, Hogan. Damn it, Styles.
We're all over the place tonight. No format.
So base. So yeah, and another name is Hogan. And I know there's others on the list. I just whatever. There. So what do you think, dude? Who do you want to see Cena face at Mania?
As much as I would like to see Hogan go against John Cena, I don't see it happening on account. Can Hogan pass the WWE physical? Taker, count him out, because if it's true with the whole double hip surgery, his career is already in limbo. Batista is more reasonable for the fact that he and John have a huge history against each other, coming from the attitude / or the post-attitude era into the ruthless aggression era. I mean, that's the most reasonable thing ever. Although you mentioned Batista versus Triple H, those two would have one hell of a match, for the fact that these two ran Evolution together, and then on top of that, the way Batista left the WWE, walking out because of the fans booing him. The fans hated him, so he got kind of,
They booked him so stupid. They booked him as a baby face coming back, and then they put him in Evolution, and it was so.
They turned him heel so quickly, only because he won the Royal Rumble because Roman Reigns didn't. The crowd didn't care anyway, because wasn't that the year Daniel Bryan was eliminated, or was that the year after?
That was the year that Daniel Bryan won the championship, and the fans got behind him. They wanted big things for Daniel Bryan, and I'm sure there was a lot of people, including myself, that was very happy to see Batista But the way they booked it, and then the fans were like, no, we want Daniel Bryan. And it was a case of the fans made their voice heard. In the very few times where social media and the fans live and everything helped get behind Daniel Bryan and cheered him, and the whole yes movement and all that. And what was that thing they started? Occupy Raw and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, they hijacked the shows a few times or whatever.
Yeah, hijacked because that's what there was a big political movement going on back then, and Occupy. We're gonna sit here in our underwear and we're gonna lay down on the pavement and we are occupying this park and we are making a statement. We're going to die out here because it's 0 degrees, but we are making a statement. Oh my God, I laughed my ass off at that shit so much. People were so pissed off. It's like, dude, you don't even know what the fuck you're pissed off about.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Double O Agent 012 mentioned, for the 25th anniversary, there's going to be no Booker T or Michael Cole.
Hey, cross your fingers on that one. I don't know if anything's been confirmed, but I know I would love to see the King. The King. No, not that King. Hail to the King, baby. Jerry the King and good old JR. Would love to see them. That'd be great. Now, I've also heard one other thing is that Raw is actually going to take place in 2 different venues. So I have a feeling wherever it's taking place, like I'll call it regular, like arena, wherever it's taking place, I don't know. It's going to be the regular Raw crew, and then there's going to be a crowd at where was Raw 25 years ago? What was the place called?
You talking about that like place in New York City?
Yeah.
That was it wasn't the Hammerstein.
It was part of that building, I think.
It was right across from Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it was a significantly smaller place.
It was some type of theater. It was a theater of some sort.
Wherever it was. And if you're in the chat and you remember who it was, let me know. Refresh my memory. But they're also apparently running Raw from that night there as well. So I would not be surprised if they split it up. Throw JR and the King in the nostalgic place. And then Graves, Michael, and Booker T in the other place. So we'll see what happens. They're gonna probably bring back a lot of who knows, a lot of nostalgia. Agent 0012 says they gave Daniel Bryan the Benoit at Mania treatment. Yeah, that was kind of like that. Yeah. The way his career and his moveset has gone, he's kind of become like the next Chris Benoit. Do you think, and as long as we're talking about Daniel Bryan, do you think he's going to get in the ring again? I'll say it like this. Do you think he's going to get in the ring again, period? Not necessarily in the E or Ring of Honor, just period. Do you think he'll get in the ring?
Oh, absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt, he's going to end up in probably ROH. But the thing is, he's going to have to work a whole lot lighter than he has over the years. He can't do flying headbutts anymore without risking another concussion, or he had didn't he have neck surgery or something like that as well?
Yeah, he had something with his neck. I don't
Yeah,
know if he had. I don't remember.
he had neck compression just like Edge and Christian, and now Sheamus, or not Edge and Christian, Edge
Edge.
and Austin.
Well, yeah, in Austin, yeah.
Because I remember him. Yeah, it was Tommy John surgery he had done. I remember it now. And he has to be very careful at how he uses his upper body, because I remember when he won that match at Mania, when he beat both Randy Orton and Batista. As a matter of fact, he beat Evolution that night, which was badass.
Yes, he did.
You know, he said he could not lift his one arm up because of the pain level being so high. And then what was it? A few weeks later, he ended up having to relinquish the title because of that neck injury.
He went through so much stuff post-Mania, it's not even funny. He had the injury. I want to say I think it was his dad.
Yeah, the loss of his dad.
His dad passed away, and it's like, dude, that's just, oh man, I can't even. I lost my mom a few years ago, and it's still hard. And I don't want to get into it too much because I don't want to turn this into a, all right, grab your Kleenex, folks. I can't even imagine, when he's on the highest of highs, and then boom, you're like knocked all the way down to your core of having just an insane amount of stuff to bear. Agent 12. Oh yeah. She says a wish, but Bree won't let him. Yeah, she's talked about it in interviews, saying that he's traveled like nationwide trying to get approved and saying, hey, this doctor says yes, and this doctor said yes. Oh, yeah, and he was close with Connor too. Yeah. In fact, he passed away on my birthday, April 25th. That's one hard reminder of my birthday every year, is that kid that fought so hard, that touched. Here we go.
Now y'all got him emotional.
Doggone it, Agent. You got no, it's all good. As you can see, he touched so many people, touched so many fans, because they put his story out there for the whole, and I hate using this term, but the whole WWE universe. All right, just to switch it up and knock me out of this, dude, that is one term that pisses me off. Help me out here, Styles. The freaking term, the WWE universe. Dude.
I hate that term so much.
Dude, when they're
WWE fans, the universe, like, seriously, does the universe, is it even aware of its fan base?
Yeah, like when someone goes like say like through the barrier at a show, like, okay, perfect example, Reigns, Spears, fill in the blank, through a barrier at a live show, at a Raw or whatever. Oh my God, he speared him into the WWE universe. Dude, that is the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. It's like,
yeah,
is there some other kind of thing that I'm not seeing, like, past the wall? Like, I see some, like, dude, with a soda that just got, stuff spilt, nachos everywhere. This poor dude is going to have to get another $10 nachos, and his kid just got covered in nacho cheese. Dude, those are fans. That is not the WWE universe. That sounds like something like Macho Man, like, ooh, I'm gonna blast you into the WWE. Hang on. I gotta do this right. I was cleaning the other night, folks. Actually, my wife was cleaning the other night. I helped a little. Hang on. They get blasted into the WWE universe. Ooh, yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that term, the WWE universe. When I first heard it, I was like, I guess it's an okay concept. Get over with the fans. But now you got this universal title. Like, that's the most ridiculous thing as well with those. Yeah. Moving on.
Not a fan
I am
of the
not a fan
WWE
whatsoever.
universe term, as I
Yeah.
say.
Why can't we just call them WWE fans over again?
Yeah, I'm a fan. You're a fan. The people that are watching this are wrestling fans. Just keep it dude. Keep it simple, stupid. It says Agent 0012 says Johnny Ace came up with that. Well, thank you, Johnny Ace. I shouldn't make fun of him because I'm probably going to sound like him someday with my COPD. The ultimate warrior would say. Yep. And damn. So well shoot, man, we're almost coming up on another time zone here. We've been on for a while. We got a few minutes left. Hey, we're gonna take 5 Styles. I'll throw it your direction. I'll be back in, as they say, 2 and 2. I'll be right back. And we'll ring in one more New Year, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
Because we're live, and why not?
Absolutely. So yeah, hopefully everyone's enjoying their New Year so far. Wow. For me, I'll be 2 hours into the new year. 2018 is already kicking off to a good start. This couldn't be possible without JBone as well. And as us being avid podcasters, we thank you, the fans, for being a big part of our history and a part of our life. We can't wait to do some more podcasting. Regardless if it's going to be on Smash This Podcast, if it's going to be on Destroying Kayfabe, if it's going to be on All Wrestling Talk Nation. Also, be sure to check out. Let me give you the link. Oh crap! Check that out. Agent 0012. This is the site I represent. This is where you can get, more news and reviews and all that stuff from. We're working on getting future interviews as well with these guys. Most of my content's going to end up on that site. So you can go there, check it out. Like I said, I can't plug it enough. You can still check out our content right here live on YouTube. But most of our stuff is going to be shared to them. Also, another site that I have, it's called Stylez_gaming. I'll have to give the link to that eventually. I don't remember it by heart right now. And if I were to leave this page, I'd lose all my, I wouldn't lose anything, but, hey, that was a fast 5 minutes, JBone. I was just plugging Destroying Kayfabe again. And not only that, I was also plugging bodyslam.net, something that we're all going to be a big part of here soon, where everything's going to get uploaded to their site.
Hell yeah, man. Awesome. Yeah, plug away.
Yeah, how about, we're
all about that.
We're working on future interviews as well. Try to get some big names, some former promoters, I'd like to have RF back on the show, talk about RF video, have him do a shoot. You know, I'm not worried about his history, what he did wrong, and all that shit.
Ooh.
Because think about it, this guy, he's still out there kicking it, doing his thing, enjoying life, and yeah, I'm happy for his success. He's one of the biggest podcasters out there when you think about it. One of the biggest interviewers. He's had so many shows or videos where he's talked to guys like Iron Sheik and I believe Roddy Piper and Mean Gene. And for those who are still living, we'd still love to have you on our show. Give us some more publicity.
All right.
But we're not beggars. We just like to share our experience with you, and like for you to share your experience with us, because we are fans. We're not just spectators of the sport. Even though
We are not just the universe.
Yeah, we're not the WWE universe. We're not the IWC. Even though we're on the internet right now, and that would kind of really make us the IWC, but we're not them.
Well, that's like people that, well, I'm not a mark. It's like, okay, well, a fan is a mark.
Yeah.
And mark is not the greatest term in the world, but if you're just like, well, I'm not a mark. Well, a fan equals mark equals fan. If you're a fan of wrestling, you're a mark. I'm a mark. You're a mark. We're all marks. It's not a bad thing. There are some people that claim to be smarter than others, and they're smarks.
Yeah.
And me, I don't know that much, but I like to claim I know something. So I'm a fan, whatever. Oh, Agent says, you can give me the other link again. My phone died. Yeah, dude, plug in your phone, dude. I don't know what links you were all giving out. Put them in the chat if it lets you.
Yeah, since I couldn't put the actual link in because YouTube bans, or it doesn't like. Oh. So what I did was I removed the dot. Yes, I am proud to be a mark as well. Speaking of
Mark.
me and Lion Claw did that podcast a couple years ago, and it was all because of Triple H's genius idea to talk about the name Mark on Raw. He was like, I have my friend Mark over here, my friend Mark over there, and we're going to sit on the internet and talk about it. I'm thinking, like, who the hell is Mark? And it didn't chime onto me until later that night when Claw and I did our show, and he was like, he's talking about being a mark. I was like, that's what I thought he meant, but he didn't it quite well. So that night I was like, my name is Mark, along with me is Mark, and I think C-Double was on as well as our Austin. One of the two were on as Mark as well. There was like three of us, and that shit was hilarious. I need to find that show and change the show from CM Styles, the Claw, to whoever, to Mark, and Mark, because that night was just about marking out.
Nice.
And I'm proud to say I'm a mark. I am a mark of the sport. When I see something I like, I mark the fuck out.
So, once again, very proud of Stylez for bringing back Destroying Kayfabe. Can't wait to kick that off. Do you have a date set for that, or?
Well, tonight, since it's 2:00 in the morning. Happy New Year's to the next Mountain Time.
Oh, yes. Happy New Year. Next time zone, wherever you're watching this. Here we go. Crack open a new one because I had to get another one because.
January 2nd, 2018.
Oh. That's right around the corner.
First Destroying Kayfabe of 2018. Yes, I'm going to, after I drop my kids off at school, I'm going to come up here, crank up the heater, and I'm going to talk some wrestling.
Now, is that Tuesday morning?
More than likely. So if you want to be a part of it, I'll hit you up if you're awake for it. and I'll more than likely get C Double in there as well, and we'll talk some Monday Night Raw.
Would be a great way to kick off the new year.
Yeah, and I can't wait for that. Let me tell you, I did a DK a couple weeks ago, and my guest was C Double. I interviewed him because I wanted to get to know the new C Double, the revamped C Double, the guy that's helping run SVW down in, I believe it's Evans, Georgia, or somewhere around there.
I did not know that.
Yeah, like he's helping with the creative, he's helping with the booking.
Now that's an independent.
Yeah, that's independent. It's like an ECW style promotion. I've watched quite a few of their shows on YouTube. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and add you to this group now before I forget. And there you are, number 1 on my list.
Perfect.
So you have been added. I don't know if it needs approval or not, but you'll see that. And he does, he does the same thing. He does podcasting. He does interviews. He interviews the guys that are in that company. There was a few other feds that were down that way that he was a part of, and the one he left on bad business because one of the dudes was a prick. And if there's anything I can't stand more in this world is it's an uptight prick.
I thought you were going to say an uncircumcised prick. I was like, wow, that's weird, dude.
Whoa. How much beer did you have tonight, JBone? Holy shit. Lost count.
I had 2 with the Ramblers. That was a few hours ago. That was at 5. We went from 5 till a little after 6. And then took a break. Drank some more hot tea to try to, fix the voice. And, because I'm starting to feel like crap again. And now I just cracked open number 3. So 3 for here. So that's 5.
Lightweight.
Dude, I have no fucking tolerance anymore, man. Dude, I
drank a bottle of Jack tonight, and I was a little buzzed at first. It wasn't a bottle.
Dude, how are you still speaking English?
I'm speaking English. I'm just very out of translation.
How are you not speaking sloppy Peruvian or something? Dear Lord. Dude, take 2 shots. I'd be like,
Yeah, and hence I haven't really drank alcohol in a little over a year. Now I did drink some about a month and a half ago. We were at a friend's place and there was rum on tap and vodka, and I was just slamming it with mixed drinks, and I was intoxicated, but I could still speak the English language without stuttering whatsoever.
Without sliding in a little Russian or
yeah, nothing could stop me.
just got some chats from the my brothers, the Ramblers. Happy New Year! Happy New Year to
Happy New Year's,
all the Ramblers. And I'm severely late on that, but we're all over the place. I mean, Dizzy and the Baron are in the same time zone as me, Central Time Zone, and Max Magus just celebrated his. He is in Colorado, the Colorado area. So he just celebrated his. And like I said, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. I'm just, because we're just all over the place tonight. We if you're just joining us, we retired the Rambling About Wrestling podcast tonight. Kind of sad, but it's so hard you know, and Dizzy's been doing a tremendous job of running it since Bubba departed a couple of years ago. And I shouldn't, you know,
fantastic job.
I shouldn't say departed. That's a horrible term. That sounds like he passed away. No, Bubba is still alive and well. He just stepped away from wrestling and podcasting in general. Bubba's doing fine. He's got his family. He's okay. But yeah, you know, Dizzy took the show to new levels. He made it better. He made me his, you know, co-host of sorts. And you know, it was so fun. It's how me being a part of rambling about wrestling is how I got to be friends and close with guys like Sam Stiles. Got to be close with guys like G-Rod, Ant from Rant with Ant, Paul Sweat, High Spot Harry. Oh, and the list goes on and on. I'm not going to list them all, but you guys know who you are, and I love you all. And my goal is to have you guys on more in 2018. Sporadically, I've had a lot of different things that I want to work on in 2018 as far as talking about this, that, and the other thing in wrestling. And, you know, and just to keep the relationships positive, you know, and guys like, Carnage from Cade Carnage from Mind of Carnage. He's going to Santino. I know he's called something else now, but you know, wrestling fans know him as Santino Marella, and he's got a school up in Canada, and that's what Cade Carnage is doing, and it's one of the reasons he unfortunately put Mind of Carnage to rest. Was because he's so busy with work and wrestling and everything. So, you know, and same reason Dizzy put the Rambling About Wrestling podcast to rest, because of work, family, everything. And that's understandable. You know, life happens, folks. And sometimes you just got to step away from stuff for a while. Dizzy, and this is not a knock to Dizzy. I love Dizzy. Dizzy's my brother. But like he even admitted the last few shows, he's not even watching wrestling anymore. And I talked to him before we went live tonight, and I'm like, or this afternoon, and I'm like, dude, if and this wasn't to upset him, but I'm like, dude, you can't run a wrestling podcast if you're not watching wrestling.
Yeah.
You know? And that's just, you know.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. You know, it's hard to run a wrestling podcast if we're not talking about wrestling anymore. If anything, it just becomes another ordinary podcast, and you know, you find new things to talk about. So you go from being a wrestling podcast to basically a radio-based podcast, and you know,
talking about life and BS and well, it you know, it came down to, okay, what are we going to talk about tonight? Okay, let's quick find some news. And I know already, and I tried my best to, like, and I'm not tooting my own horn here or anything. I'm trying not trying to make it sound like that. But I would, you know, if I knew we were going to do a podcast that day, I'd be like, all right, what's current, what's hot within the last week? And I'd make a list of stuff, and I'd be like, okay, what do you have? And he'd show me his list, and I'm like, okay, that's good. I got this, though. And I'd pick out significantly different stuff. And I'm not saying better, I'm just saying significantly different stuff. And that's another, I think, part of the downfall of the show is I love so many different kinds of wrestling. I love watching WWE. I love watching Impact. You know, I'm trying to keep track of what's up and coming with the NWA. There's all these things, you know, Tommy Dreamer, all these things going on in pro wrestling right now. And I'd want to bring this up. And it's like, I don't want to just, bring it up and then be like, oh, and crickets. I don't want to do that. If you're not, I'm not saying we all got to watch the same thing. I'm not saying that. But if, you bring something up, hey, what do you think about this? And, oh, well, I'm not, I could never talk about what's going on Impact Wrestling on the Rambling About Wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
That was not that was not received well, and that unfortunately came to a head a few shows ago, and that was not one of my best moments on the podcast, I will admit. It was embarrassing for me. I left the show abruptly, and I apologized online to everyone and personally to my brothers, because I'm not like that. I don't want to be like that. So, but yeah, it was just time to put it to rest. But it was one of my favorite parts of being a podcaster on here, because like I said, I met guys like you. So, all right. It is after 1 here. I am tired. I am mildly inebriated. Is there? And after you drank a bottle of, what did you drink a bottle of?
Jack.
The bottle of doom. That's what I like to call it.
I am a beast when it comes to alcohol. When you get me into drinking mode.
His hiccup.
Yeah. Luckily, I slowed down and now I'm drinking green tea. So.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, I need a chaser to go with it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Any final thoughts for me? All I can say is look forward to a great 2018. I almost said 2017. God forbid. Look forward to a new and improved Destroying Kayfabe, starring yours truly, Sam Stiles, as well as JBone and C Double. Can't wait to have you boys on board. Try to keep the show running as long as possible, and I just can't wait to talk more than just WWE with you. I can't wait to talk Lucha. I'm going to try to watch that, whenever I find a daily motion of it. Because I don't have the already.
I'll hook you up, dude. I'll hook you up. It's all good. And I watch it on El Rey, and I know there's a lot of fans that don't have the El Rey network on cable or whatever. And it's like, oh, you're pirating it. It's like, yeah, well, not everybody, can afford this, that, and the other thing, or can do whatever. I still, people hit me up all the time for, hey, you got a link for Wrestle Kingdom? Yeah, I got you. It's like, so, hey, man, we're all fans, whatever, It's
But yeah, I want to get into season 4 as much as possible. What was it? Ricochet and Shane Strickland that did all those 6 spots in Lucha under their Lucha ring names. Killshot, and I forget what's Prince Puma.
Oh no, are you talking about like the big match at the end of the season, or
was that what it was? I could have swore it was Puma. And
that was Puma. Oh my god. Freaking alcohol. No, Shane Strickland, aka Killshot.
Yeah.
Faced Dante Fox.
Okay, Dante. Yeah, AR Fox.
That's AR Dante. Yeah.
AR Dante. Yeah, that's right.
That was one of the sickest, bloodiest matches I have seen in a long time. I mean, they left
everything in the ring, including their souls.
Yeah, they left. they did a zoom in on, and I don't remember who hit what, but one of them landed on from the top rope onto a stretcher below, which is a good, 10-ish foot drop or whatever.
Yeah.
They did a zoom in after he bounced off the stretcher, and there were pieces of bloody flesh on the stretcher, and it was like, oh damn. Somebody have a couple pints of blood ready after these guys are done for blood transfusion, because oh my goodness. They literally left pieces of themselves out there, and it was sick. And I mean that in a good and bad way. It was like, oh, I hope you got a good stomach for this, folks. No, Lucha, Ultima Lucha Trace, top to bottom, all the matches were some of the best things of 2017. I can't stress that enough. Agent 012, yikes, man, that sucks. Yeah, they went through glass, they went through tables. If you're into hardcore stuff, and I'm not a huge hardcore fan, I take it in doses, like I don't watch like the death matches and stuff where they, torch each other and then bury them out back behind the arena or whatever the hell they all do. They did some harsh shit, but it was fresh and exciting for wrestling on television because you just don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
But Matt Hardy cracks and breaks a fingernail ringside, and there's someone rushing like, oh my God, timeout. Like, oh, in the news, less than 24 hours ago, Samoa Joe busted open in a match with Roman Reigns. Abruptly finished the match because he was bleeding. Dude, how many times has Samoa Joe bled in a match? Let him finish the freaking match. Come on. I mean, unless he cut a artery or something. Jeez, let him wrestle. Christ. So sad.
Yeah, that's what everything has come down to in the world of professional wrestling as well. The whole blood sport thing is going away. And it's not just, certain companies. It's also these athletic directors as well. They're like, oh, well, we don't want your company to shed blood because you're a PG company. I bet you if they let TV 14 take place, we want everything, and that's exactly what needs to happen. That's something that needs to revive the company a little bit. Blood and attitude.
Well, it's not so much blood, but just something a little more edgy. And every once in a while, they give you a little dose of it, and it's like, and then everybody loses their shit. Like, oh my God, are they getting rid of PG? Dude, pull your thong out of your ass. They are still PG. Okay, if you want something a little more hardcore, go watch Lucha Underground. Go watch Ring of Honor. Go watch, yes, I'll say it, go watch Impact Wrestling. Let me tell you something. There is stuff coming up on Impact Wrestling that is going to blow your frigging mind. And I haven't seen it. I just know it's going to, because OVE versus LAX is coming. And it's a barbed wire match. They already promoted it like over a month ago. Oh, excuse me. Cheers. And it's going to come to television within the first month of 2018.
Oh, good.
I wouldn't be surprised if they edited the shit out of it just to, okay, we can't air that. Okay, but we can air this part, It's like, Agent 0012 says, I used to watch a lot of death matches, but I stopped after that guy got suplexed on scissors.
Oh, damn.
What? What the hell are you watching, dude?
Yeah, I'm trying to process that.
Give me a minute. I was just what? What?
Yeah, that's
Agent 0012. What in the blue? And to quote The Rock, what in the blue hell are you watching? Leave it in the chat. I gotta know. I'm guessing it's CZW, but I don't know if it's. Oh, okay. He just put it. New Japan death matches. Oh my god. I don't even know if I could stomach. I got a pretty good stomach. I watched The Walking Dead and a bunch of other gory stuff here and there, but I'm getting older. My tastes change, and I'm real sporadic on the whole gore thing. Like when I started watching The Walking Dead, here we go, switching gears again, folks. And then we'll wrap this up because it's getting late. I'm tired. I know Stylez is tired. Dude, if you drink a fucking bottle of Jack, I know you're tired. Are you tired, dude?
fuck. It's too hard to tell if I am or not. I'm a fucking machine.
I'm just rambling on because I'm a rambler, you know.
I'm a destroying kayfaber.
There you go.
So that's exactly what I'm here to do, is destroy
I'm a smasher. I'm a smashing. I'm a smash 20. I'm a smash 2018. And right in the smasher. So what are you drinking right now, dude?
Some local green tea.
Local.
Yeah. Now down south they have what's called Kroger. Up here we have what's called Turkey Hill. It's an Amish. Well, the gas station is not Amish, but the tea that comes from there is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's basically
is it like organic stuff or what?
No, it's not exactly organic, but
just locally brewed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Really good stuff. Like, I could survive off this shit if the apocalypse were to ever happen. But then the supply would be short and I would be shit out of luck.
Support your local businesses, folks. There you go.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Agent 0012 says the scissors were opened, man, so I think he's okay. Opened. Opened means they were like,
yeah, this. Like, holy shit, dude. That sounds brutal. That's some CZW stuff right there.
That sounds like worse. Okay, like if the scissors is like this, or like even like this, as opposed to, well, okay, I suppose standing straight up would be slightly more aggressive. But
yeah,
if you're thinking physics, you're doubling the point of entry.
It could be like DJ Hyde when he took the 2 syringes into his cheeks.
Dude, you want to talk about fun hardcore shit? And I say this, fun because, like I said, I don't watch a lot of it. But one of my favorite moments as far as hardcore shit would be when there was a match between Sami Callihan and Brian Cage in Lucha Underground. And I've heard of this before, but I've never seen it live. Sami Callihan took skewers, like barbecue skewers,
Okay.
and stabbed them into the top of Brian Cage's head, like they were sticking out, like
Jesus,
like this many around skewers out of the top of Brian Cage's head, and I just like destroyed my earphone. There we go. All good. Absolutely, and then as he like stabbed them in the head, and then he like bopped them in there, the blood is like dripping down his head in his face, and I was like, oh my god, I love Sami Callihan, and it's and then months later he debuted in Impact Wrestling. So I have been a firm supporter of the, what is it called? Callihan Death Train? What do they call that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, whatever you call it. Of Callihan, he pops up everywhere. He just did a tour in Japan, for crying out loud. Part of the New Japan, the tag thing tag tournament that went over in New Japan. Agent 0012 says, yeah, I've seen that. And the Flaming Cinder Block DDT. Not sure where that was, but anyways. And well, hey, thank you for sticking around as long as you have. It's late, and you know what, dude? We're just gonna wrap this up because I'm tired.
All right, that's cool, dude. It's always a pleasure to be on here.
And thank you so much. I wanted to give you the chance to plug in, and by all means, go ahead and plug all your stuff one more time for the folks out there, because this has been a long show. Go ahead, dude.
All right, so this is Sam Stiles from Destroying Kayfabe. Be sure to tune in this coming Tuesday as I go live, going over to Monday Night Raw details, and hopefully I can have you on the show in the morning if you're around for it. If not, no big deal. Going to try to get C Double. I just talked to him a few minutes ago, and he's kind of under the weather. So if I got to do a solo, it's perfectly fine, but if you want to be a big part of this, I am definitely looking forward to having you on Tuesday morning.
I would absolutely love to. Just let me get some coffee in me and I'll be good.
All right, get that cafefe in you, and have your results on standby. Because for the next hour and a half, we'll definitely talk a 3-hour show. Might not even take that long, depending on how rusty I am. So, but
yeah, well,
what I've seen tonight,
we'll have fun with it.
I'm not too bad with it. So. I'm looking forward to that, and also be sure to check out bodyslam.net for all your WWE and other wrestling related news.
Absolutely, bodyslam.net going to be a big part of the future of Destroying Kayfabe, and we'll also be plugging in here on Smash This Podcast. Thank you all who joined us tonight. Interacted, dear God. Yeah, it's time to wrap it up.
Interacted us.
Interacted with, what did they do? They interacted us. I think there's a lawsuit for that. No,
More like violated us.
I'm totally violated right now. Let me tell you, this alcohol has violated me so bad. No,
but yes.
Thank you all for watching tonight. This was a spur of the moment thing. I was hoping my voice would stay intact. I'm feeling a little under the weather, as you have seen. So thank you so much for watching, myself, and for this guy, Sam Stiles, from Destroying the New and Improved, soon to be reborn, Destroying Kayfabe. I am JBone from Smash This Podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a like. Give the channel a sub. And thank you so much for watching. Share it with your friends, your uncles, your aunts, your neighbors, and including that dog down the block that you hate so much. Happy New Year, folks. We'll see you down the road in 2018 for so much wrestling and other. What else, dude?
Other music and other social related news.
Ugh, social. I got to be social on here?
Yes, you do.
Oh, wait,
this is a podcast.
We are being social, aren't we?
Yes, we are. A lot. So get used to it. In the words of Batista, deal with it. With that being said, y'all have an epic evening.
Peace. Good night, folks. Much love. 2018. Here we go. Let's do this.